Welcome to Crime 411. I'm Melissa Marquet. I covered a story a few days ago about an 18-year-old boy named Joseph Hosler who was arrested and charged with rape of a child, sexual exploitation of a child, and having child pornography. Now, when we think of rape, we think of somebody being forced to have sex. We think of statutory rape, of course, but when you hear the word rape, you're typically thinking of a violent crime. In this situation, Joseph Hosler, he dated this girl for about 3.5, 4 months, and both she and her mother and her sister all told him that she was 16. At one point, she even claimed to have turned 17. Now, I've spoken with Joseph's family and friends. His friends have requested to stay anonymous, which I completely understand. And they've said to me that this girl, not only did she lie about her age, her mother was lying, but Joey was driving, 45 minutes to go pick this girl up with her siblings, take them to eat, and her mother knew the whole time how old he was and where her daughter was going, and she continued to lie about her daughter's age to this guy. So, I'm sorry, but who's the real victim here? If you ask me, he's the victim, because he's the one who's sitting in jail right now on a $300,000 bond for a crime he didn't know he was committing. Now, if you want to see a picture of this girl, you can go ahead, and we did a video about this a few days ago, and her picture's on there, and she does not look her age. She was 12. Yeah, and I know what you're thinking. He should have known, but I encourage you to go look at our other video, because this girl looked every bit of 17, 18 years old, and if her own mother was telling him, yes, my daughter's 16, she's turned 17, why would he not believe that? So in this situation, in my opinion, he is the victim here. And this type of situation needs awareness, because this happens all the time, where these young girls lie about their age, these guys get caught up with them, and the next thing you know, they're thrown in jail for a crime they had no idea that they were committing. And they have literally no defense. There's only 5 states in the United States of America that allow a mistake of age defense. The other 45 states, you're not even allowed to tell them any of the details about the situation. All they care about is, how old are you? How old is she? Boom, that's it. They say everything else is irrelevant. But it's not. It's not irrelevant. It's not irrelevant that he was picking her up with his friends to go to bonfires as couples, and her mother knew this and continued to say she was 16. No, that is not irrelevant. That is extremely relevant. And there are no criminal charges that can be pressed against the girl for lying or her mother for lying. And that is another problem. As long as there are no consequences and there's no deterrent for these girls to be honest about their age. And in the meantime, this poor kid is facing 76 years in prison for rape. This situation is appalling. I met with Joseph's mom and stepfather and his sister today. They are wonderful people. His mother and stepfather, they're going to be joining me on the show tomorrow to talk about the situation, to talk a little bit about what kind of person their son is. And we're going to continue to follow this story from the start to end. I hope you'll subscribe to Crime 411. If you do, then of course you'll get a notification anytime that we release a new video about this case or other cases. But please do subscribe to us, and you can also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Our website is crime411.org. My name again is Melissa Marquet. I appreciate you tuning in, and we will talk to you soon.